Welcome back, world, to another episode of the Hollywood Kippax podcast. I'm your co-host with the co-host, Alex Millage. Joined me, as always, is Will Lopez. Will, have you come down yet from that result on Tuesday?
Oh man, my heart is still fucking it's still racing from that Ortega block that's been all over the internet, man.
Yeah. It's, I mean, that probably just saved our season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was totally crazy. Will, your sound is a little bit off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Just a second, folks.
All right. Oh,
Say again.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear now. Better.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
sorry for that little
Yep.
interruption, but I mean, yeah, I mean that saved our season. But there's been like a discourse online. Was it Ortega who made a great save, or was it Son who bottled it, quote unquote, bottled it? What
I
do you
mean,
think?
for someone that has a really good record of scoring on us, I mean, it had to be Ortega, dude. I mean, he stepped up to the plate and got big on him, and that leg kick, the little leg block he got was ridiculous, man. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I cheered super hard like if it was a goal.
Yeah, I think the only people who are saying Son failed are all the Chelsea or not all the London rivals, like George in the chat. Son failed. So yeah, par for the course with Chelsea fans. You know what I'm saying? Not to give Son a credit. I mean, Son is one of the top strikers in the league. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
you know that's but Ortega is probably one of the best City goalkeepers we've ever had. You know what I mean? In the Premier League era, you know, we're talking about like Joe Hart, Ederson, and now Stefan Ortega, who's going to go down in City history for making that great save. And
yep,
it really does pose a lot of questions for his future at Man City, because he does want to be a number one goalkeeper at a European club. You know what I mean? He is German, and Bayern Munich is looking to wheel and deal this summer. So Bayern Munich look like a plausible destination, unless City somehow decide to work out a system where they rotate both Ederson and Ortega. You know what I mean? Between games, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just
yeah,
like being Ortega, just being go have Ortega go on at the times when Ederson is injured, right? But
yeah,
you see how heated Ederson was at the end of that game. You know what I mean? When he got subbed off, like kind of another like KDB moment where he didn't want to get pulled off, but he was injured. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
but we're in comfortable hands. So we got a stacked episode for you guys. We're going to be talking about the City Tottenham game, and then some City news, some interesting City news dropped today, and then previewing the last game of the season, Championship Sunday. One more win away from a fourth consecutive Premier League title. Never been done before. Unparalleled.
Man,
Man.
you're right.
Just,
Exactly,
just,
dude. I know,
um,
man. And it's the ending of I guess season 2 of Hollywood Kippax before we go on our summer podcast. But can you remember just being last year just fucking dreading the final day, and then here we are again dreading the final day.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, but last year, I mean, Arsenal bottled it, and we got it like the game before we won the title, the game before the last game of the season. You know what I mean? Because they lost to Nottingham Forest, right? And
Yeah,
so I mean, last year, like the tension was kind of off on the last game of the season, but we're going into the last game of the season. I haven't been this tense probably since maybe in terms of a Premier League match since like 21, 22,
yeah,
when we were going in with a point down, I believe, and then Liverpool bottled it and we beat Aston Villa on a
that's
Gundo
right.
goal to win. You know what I mean? That was when I met you. Well, I met you on that day. Will, that was a part of the folklore of the Hollywood Kippax podcast is that game because as we've said on this
Yeah.
podcast that Will tuned out and
Yeah.
I
Because I thought we
broke the news
lost.
to him that we won the league. But let's just get right into it for City Tottenham. You know what I mean? But
Yep.
I'll say
Get it.
this: what an abysmal first half. What are your thoughts about that first half?
Sloppy. Sloppy, brother. Like none of there was there was so many miscommunication mistakes. The defense was looking a little shaky, and just Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland just couldn't connect, bro.
Yeah,
There was only those. I guess the goalie made two mistakes where Phil Foden could have scored. You know what I mean? That I guess he went for the shot, popped up in the air for a volley, and I guess that was the first closest chance that we had in the first period. I mean, in the first half. So other than that, it was just sloppy, brother. Like I don't know what Pep does in that locker room, but it worked.
I mean, one part that frustrated about me was Walker was getting in behind all the time, but that dude when
Yeah.
he got the ball, he looked so panicked on the ball, and
Oh
like
yeah.
he just was like. You know how Kyle Walker gets sometimes he just gets like you see his neck muscle starting to vein up, you know what I mean? And it's just like and he brought that ball down for KDB to shoot, and that was a good idea. Fortunately, it didn't, go into the back of the net. But yeah,
Wow.
so
Excuse
that
me,
was a good
guys.
chance. That was a good chance.
Yeah.
But then second half, fortunes change. You know what I mean? And once again, Haaland is that guy. I just want to
Yep.
see everyone who slanders Haaland saying that he's not a big game player to to take your ass outside, go outside, go
Yeah.
outside, touch grass.
Oh man.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. For real.
Because I mean, 2 goal a brace in the second half puts us potentially to a fourth consecutive title in a game that was like a cup final. You know, like
Yep.
just that criticism it should be put to bed by now. But you know how brain broke fans are across the Premier League. You know what I mean? They'll just
Yeah.
keep using that. You know what I mean? As we've seen in our chats, in our comment sections recently, with you know what I mean, the comment section wars that we've been fighting in the last like 2 or 3 days. You know what
Oh
I
my
mean?
god. Yeah. Nah, man. I know not to. I guess as a person that has the number one podcast, number one city podcast in the U.S., you should carry yourself a certain way. You know what I mean? So, but sometimes I see some of these comments that are freaking hilarious, bro. And I have to say, nothing offensive, but some kind of snarky to be like, "Hey, buddy, no." You know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
think I had one of those moments in the comment this week.
yeah. I
And we're
mean,
not gonna say what it is, but I did get over 150 likes on that comment to that person that talked crap.
yeah. I mean, like they were just like it's just like they're so broken that they were just doing like one word responses. It's just like plastic
Yeah,
115,
yeah,
and I'm just like, what are you fucking talking about, G? You know what I mean?
yeah.
You talking about the song? You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? I know, like what is just like there's no context. It's just 115, and I'll say this: I just cannot wait till City is vindicated and clear of 115
Oh
because
yeah.
I'm going to be talking my ish till from here until the end of time. You know what I mean? And
Oh
it's
yeah. Oh yeah.
all the other rival fans better watch out. You know what I mean? So
What
yeah,
what are they gonna have after that?
yeah, I know.
After we debunk that shit, they're gonna be like, ah, fuck. Well, we don't have anything anymore. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah. So,
it's funny.
but I mean, it all came down to the Sun breakaway and the Stefan Ortega save. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I mean, Stefan Ortega, what a lad. You know what I mean? I sold my car to Stefan Ortega. I sold my car to Stefan Ortega. Chat, can you carry me on? Carry me on with that in the chat. Thank you. But we got
How awkward did he look in that fucking video, dude?
yeah. Oh,
Everyone's thinking he's just like, what the fuck? He's like, what's going on
Pep
here?
full on looked like he got fucking like he like got like he was next to an explosion. He just got like yanked back and he was just like you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like just
dude,
like pulled back.
the memes of him like on a water slide or fighting a bull in that pose. God damn, the internet is quick, brother. The
Yeah.
internet is quick.
Yeah, we've had a meme of ourselves go pretty viral. The uh son, dad, why'd you name me Stefan Ortega Moreno?
Fire.
Yeah, that
That fucking meme was fire, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I finally watched and finished the Trouble documentary,
Oh, nice.
my one of my favorite parts is Stephen Nettlehands,
Oh, the guy with the mustache.
Scott Carson Googled Stefan Ortega Moreno's last name on a Google Translate, and it came back with Nettlehands. And
What the hell? Okay.
I mean, all right, I'm an English teacher. Nettle hands. Nettle is sharp, sharp hand. It's like sharp hands. You know what I mean? Nettle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what
Thank
it
you.
means.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it kind of makes sense. You know what I mean? If you're a goalkeeper, you want sharp hands, right? So you can
Yes.
block shots and stuff. But like obviously, if anyone knows names, what goes into a name, especially in Spanish last names, it comes from a region of Spain because Stefan Ortega is Spanish,
Spain.
presumably, but he was I think raised in Germany, so
Yeah.
so he's very much of a German. But that's just me being a snooty ass teacher. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I'll end my rant there. Um, I mean, but my word, that was a cup final, and one thing I did see at the end or in the after the game, you know, there was like this, I guess, to be charitable to Tottenham and to, because City and Tottenham fans are alike in many ways. You know what I mean? Like we've been for a long time, we've been second chair to a more successful club in the area, right? Like, Arsenal obviously has been a little bit more successful in the Premier League era than Tottenham has, and United has been the best team in the Premier League era, and we've kind of been second chair until now, which everyone would say that the power has shifted to the blue side of Manchester. But like I just people were like saying like, oh, is Big Ange done? You know what I mean? And like people took a comment out of context where it was just like like the last 72 hours has shown me that like the foundations are very, and they're gonna get some players in the summer and they're gonna come back next year pretty strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like people were taking it out of proportion. You know what I mean about Big Ange, like because I'm a big fan. I'm a fan of Big Ange, like in the way he plays. He could have just put 10 men in the box and played a very terrorist style of football, but he didn't. He went full attacking mode, and like what now we're sitting here. What if that Sun goal went in? How that would have changed the game? Would it have been a draw? You know what I mean? And we would have
Yeah.
been shitting our pants right now on this episode going into the
Oh,
last
yeah.
game of the season, hoping that Arsenal drops. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
mean,
No.
but they wanted to win. They weren't bottling it. You know what I mean? As the jokes
Yeah.
went on, you know what I mean? And it just was the script writers wrote it like, City, in order to win your fourth consecutive title, you must go to Tottenham away, a place where you've barely scored any goals. You've never
Yeah.
scored in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Premier League because the Premier League goal curse is broken. You know what I mean? We broke the curse in the FA Cup, but the curse still remained in the Premier League competition. So hopefully
Mm-hmm.
next year when we go away there, that we're gonna have better fortunes moving ahead. So Will, any final thoughts on this match?
Um. Don't you gotta put you gotta stop fucking around my boy Erling Haaland's name, bro. You gotta stop fucking around with his name, man. Like he's that guy. You know what I mean? He's that fucking guy talking about when he doesn't show up to important games. This was an important game, and the guy showed up with 2 goals. So put some fucking respect on his name.
Yeah, but like, let me ask you this question: did you feel like the league was wrapped up after that result?
Yes, yes, I do
Yeah.
feel that way. Yeah,
So, I mean, I felt the same way too. You know what I mean? Like, even though technically we still got to get West Ham finished, yes, we still got to play one more game. West Ham can put up a fight on any given day. There is possibilities, right, that you can consider. You know what I mean? Like, what if? But like, I don't see that happening. I mean, I think we're gonna move past West Ham. West Ham's form has been shit in the last 4 or 5 games. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And we're gonna go into this. We're gonna, be hoisting the trophy at the end of the 9 minutes on Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
And
sir.
looking forward to it because we are going to Hollywood MCFC on Sunday to watch the game
Yes,
with the good folks over at Hollywood MCFC at the Fox and Hounds in Studio City, Los Angeles.
yes, sir.
I went there last weekend to finally show my face and say what's up to some longtime friends I've had, and they embraced us, which we are grateful for, and we're going to be coming back on Sunday. So Look forward to seeing you guys there and getting some content and celebrating a championship, a fourth consecutive championship, which hasn't been done in the history of the first division of English football. You know what I mean? So, and I mean, with that capstone, I mean, Pep has completed English football. You know what I'm saying? Like, won the treble. We would have
Oh,
won like 6 or 7 if we didn't lose to Liverpool in the pandemic season. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, but that just was unfortunate. You know what I mean?
shit. To to actually make the quadruple happen, that's a fucking. You could say that yes, Pep has conquered the English football. Like that's
Yeah.
ridiculous, bro.
Yeah. So long live Pep. And man of the match was Stefan Ortega for Sheezy. That was
Oh yeah,
critical. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so we're moving ahead. But so city news. We the 24-25 kit dropped today. Will are you gonna pick up a kit and what player?
I'm cashing out my bet that I made with my friend Tony, uh, United fan. He bet me he bet me that fucking United would make it the top three, and man was he wrong. And we bet a jersey on it, so I will be getting my new jersey, the 24-25 kit, and I'm thinking, man, man, oh man, which one are you getting? Which one are you getting?
I,
Who are you going with?
I already got mine. I got Gavardiol.
Already on the Gavardiol train, I see, my friend.
I'm trying to cover my ass right now, trying to make it seem like
Yeah.
trying to make it seem like I was always on the Gavardiol train.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go back 5 fucking episodes ago, ladies and gentlemen. Not just
No,
looking it up, but
more like beginning of the year and all the ish I was talking, but but we don't talk about that. People can change. You know what I mean?
no, no, no. It's funny that I looked at it too, but I was like, nah, man. I kind of want to give it. I'm gonna try my. This is my second attempt at going at a Phil Foden jersey, so I think I'm gonna go with Phil Foden.
Yeah, I mean, I think I even asked in our stories what kits people were buying. It's unanimous. People were buying a Foden kit.
Come on,
So
man.
yeah, I mean, Foden's going to be the rock upon which this team is going to be run on from here until 10, 12 years. You know what I'm saying? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because I mean, next season I believe is going to be 10 years of KDB being in the city squad, and if you think about
sick.
it, he came in at the same time as Phil Foden did at his current
Really?
age. Yeah.
Oh
And
shit, that's right.
Phil Foden has been playing in the first division team since he was 17.
Woo. Yeah.
And so he's had how many years now? Like 7 years. And so now he can get an extra 10 from here on out. And
Shit.
I think it's on the cards that Foden's going to go down as probably the greatest city footballer of all time. You
It's
know what I'm
crazy
saying?
when you think about it that way, bro. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit, that's right. We've seen him since he was a little ass kid. That's
I mean,
crazy.
he was a 17-year-old kid at the Real Madrid city match in 2017. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like
Yep.
he was on that pitch that day, and that dude was so baby faced and just like just playing with like all these like players from that time period, like Toure,
Yep.
Walker, KDB, Aguero. You know what I mean? Like we like that game was, that game was legit. You know what I mean? But Foden, has been he still has many more years to go, and I don't really
Oh
see him
yeah.
moving away from City. I mean, as long as City doesn't do him dirty, which I don't anticipate them doing, I think they understand that Foden is, the star
That
boy,
guy.
that guy.
Yeah.
And they need to like build him around. You know what I mean? And it's going to be the age of Phil Foden for the next 10, 12 years. You know what I'm saying? So,
I wouldn't doubt it.
well, because Phil Foden was the Football Writers official men's footballer of the year today.
Wow.
He was just crowned, got that. Um, so hats off to Phil Foden. Let's see. Uh, and also Rodri, Phil Foden, and Erling Haaland have been named for Man City's 23-24 Player of the Season. Who do you got? Rodri, Phil Foden, or Erling Haaland? There, I need to say that.
Yeah, man. I would have to go Phil Foden.
Yeah, me too.
People say Rodri, and I agree with them also, but we got three horses in the race, and it's like my guy Phil Foden, like consistency, 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 baby. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. What more do you want from a player? You know? And
Yeah.
Rodri, he's doing his job. He's fucking dope. And it sucks that I am kind of overlooking Erling Haaland in this decision, though. What do you think?
I mean, I don't. I think his injuries really, I guess, lessen my him as a pick for me. Like he was been out for a lot of the season, and the fact is that Rodri and Foden are undroppable from the squad.
Yeah.
Haaland can be dropped from the squad. Rodri is a good case because obviously what he's undefeated, you know what I mean, and he's
Yes.
really
Yes.
just like the main pivot for our link up play,
Yes.
and Foden is, has been one of, I think, if not our primary goal scorer for a lot of the season. You know what I mean? Like he's the one that's been getting the hat tricks, braces.
Stepped in when KDB was injured.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So yeah. So that's been that was that. Let us know in the chat who do you think who's going to be Man City Player of the Year, Rodri, Foden, or Haaland. So Ederson will be out for the final 2 games of the season because he sustained a fracture to his eye socket.
dun dun dun.
Yeah,
Well, good
which
thing it happened nowadays, right? I mean, not
yeah,
a good thing, but it's better now than in the middle of the season.
yeah, you know what I mean. Like I remember that injury he sustained against what was it, like a few games ago, that we thought that he was going to be out for the rest of the season,
Yes.
and it was right after the Real Madrid match. I forgot what the game was, at the Premier League match right after the game of the season. So yeah, you know what I mean. Like uh, I mean, yeah. But we're just getting more into injuries. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
right now listed on Manchester's injury list is Ederson and KDB.
Okay.
KDB has a calf shin heel injury, so it looks like what that to me sounds like he sustained a knock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the game. So, but in that game, not gonna lie, Tottenham was cutting down a lot of our players. You know what I mean? Like they
Mhm.
were stepping on heels. Like you see
Mhm.
Foden riding on the ground, and you know what I mean? Like that might have been an instruction from the coach, you know what I mean, to like really go after players' heels and stuff. And like,
Yeah.
you see like Foden down. At one point, I was concerned about when he was on the ground at one point that he was like, dude, is he gonna be out for the season? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is he gonna be out for the next game? But
It
it
did look
sounds
like
like,
that.
yeah. I mean, in that Treble documentary, they showed the physio, and they show how they deal with like people, how they get stepped on. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, so yeah. Um, so I mean, one thing about injuries is, I mean, it's not necessarily related to injuries, but I think maybe we could talk about this here. It's about, I think a big question mark this season has been John Stones, the status of John Stones, and the injuries of John Stones. You know what I mean? Like, because I was expecting to see John Stones on the injury list, but like it makes me wonder what his fitness levels are at right now, and what his future role is at City. You know what I mean? Like, do you have you been tracking that, Will?
Mm, I think whenever he's injured, we want him back so bad that he comes back too early and reactivates certain injuries. So I think after this break, we'll see a really, really good John Stones, bro. Because I like that player. I like that defender. The guy goes all out every time he plays. So yeah, by the time we come back, I don't, if he doesn't play friendlies and all that stuff, I think he should be in great shape when he comes back for the new season.
Yeah, but like John Stones has been an integral way we've City has played in the last, like, however long, 7 seasons, however long Stones has been the lineup post, maybe from, I'm not sure when he joined the squad, but he's been in the Pep area for most of it, right? But
Yes.
I love John Stones, but I think after how the season went, I think his future kind of gets a question mark on it. There's a question mark on his future with City. But it's kind of like a rock and a hard place for the team, because John Stones, when he's on, he levels City up. You know what I mean? Pushes up the
Yes.
line, box midfield shape. You know what I mean? Inverts, like he's a Barnsley Beckenbauer, for fuck's sake.
Yes.
But like the thing is that he's like a supercar that breaks down like every block. You know what I mean? Like it's just like
Hmm.
you know what I
Yeah. Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and the fact is that, like, I think teams notice that, You know what I mean? And like, how are we going to sell John Stones knowing that he has such a spotty history? You know what I mean? Like,
True.
like I think it might behoove City to just keep him, you know what I mean, and try to rehabilitate him and get him up to, a playing standard for next season so that we can still continue to get more out of John Stones. But like, because it's because selling him is just going to be a hard thing because, like teams are going to want him because he's X-Man City and, they're going to want him to play
Exactly.
like every fucking game. Right.
Yeah.
But like the fact is that like his injury record shows otherwise, that he's frequently injured. They're going to pay like, however much money, 75 million pounds, you know what I mean? 100 million pounds, potentially, maybe. I won't say 100, but maybe like 75, for Stones, and just to have him like not really play a lot of the time. So I think I, I hate to see it, but like we'll see how his future is moving forward. But I think I would love to see John Stones continue on, but it's just like we'll see how John Stones fits in. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Gotta give a shout out to our people in the chat. We got bloated Danny Daniels who shouted us out earlier. Bro made from glass to handle with care. Yeah. And I say that he's built like a Milano cookie. You know what I mean? Flaky.
That's stupid.
but
Milano.
but I mean, we'll see how that goes moving ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's they got the kits going. Already got my kit pulled up, and then
And we started the new kit giveaway today, right?
well, it was kind of like the kit giveaway shifted. So it's like, because the new kit dropped, whoever wins the month of this month will get the new kit.
And how do you win that kit?
You can follow us at Hollywood Kippax, Kippax, across all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. You can follow us there, tag two mates in our post about the kit giveaway, share it to your story, sub to
Mm-hmm.
us on YouTube, and then DM your screenshot of your sub to our Instagram account so that we can confirm that your submission. And then good luck. You know what I mean? I've been enjoying doing the kit giveaway this season. I think people were vibing with the kit giveaway. Shout out Luke Brunin from Belgium, who won our kit giveaway this last time around. I haven't posted his thing, but he got the third kit, KDB third
Oh,
kit.
that's right. Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, and so yeah, and I mean, just to kind of talk about our kit giveaway alumni, we had Asker,
Asker,
Panagiota,
Cosmic
uh,
Trader.
Milan. We had Luke Brunin.
That's right.
Um, who else? Who won? What's it? Who won the March Madness one? I forget who won the March Madness one. Dmitry Kravchenko from New Jersey.
Oh, that's
Uh,
right. That's right.
so Dimitri from New Jersey, shout out them. Also, shout out Kunal, who won our lineup profit giveaway way back when we did that, and he got a I Plead the Fifth t-shirt. So you can go to our on our Instagram. We have a Linktree link. It's the third link is a link to our T Public store where you can buy our merch. So we have
Yep.
4 t-shirts there. Uh, People say they like them. You know what I mean? I Plead the Fifth, FA Cup Man. I just picked up an FA Cup Man shirt for myself. And so we're looking forward to doing more ideas as the season progresses, so or as this next season comes along. So but we'll see what this character of the squad looks like going ahead into this next season, you know what I mean, which could be Pep's final season. Do you think
Damn.
it's going to be Pep's final season, Will?
2 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years.
Dictator for life. Make him
There you
dictator for
go.
life.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean,
Just
like
leave it.
that dude can go on a Sir Alex Ferguson run.
He's
Uh,
royalty, man.
yeah, you know what I mean, and just dominate the league now from here until the next 20 years and win like 21 Premier Leagues. You know what I mean, and keep Man United firmly underfoot. But I don't know. I guess it's unfair to compare him to Sir Alex Ferguson in that sense, or demand that we have like United style success, because we're not United, because
Yeah, we're not.
we're not like that. You know what I mean?
Fuck no.
But we've had our success and we've done things that United has never done. They'll see things we'll never see, or they'll see things Yeah, I forgot how
They
it goes.
won't see shit that we've seen.
Yeah, yeah, 4 consecutive Premier Leagues,
The
you know what I
fuck?
mean? They've won, like,
Yeah,
2 or 3 three-peats, but, like, we got the 4.
we got the 4, dog.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, sir.
4. So, yeah, I mean, but I mean, Pep leaving, it would definitely be an end of an era at that, and I just hope that whoever replaces Pep, it doesn't create a void like it did with United, where it just like, as we've seen,
Oh,
like
hell
United,
no. Don't even
United,
put that out in the universe, dog.
yeah, for real, for real. I fucked up, but we'll see things they'll never see. Thank you,
Yes.
Live Forever, MCFC, appropriate handle too, because that's a lyric from Live Forever. One big up Oasis, and yeah, so we gotta start emotionally preparing ourselves for life after Pep, and we'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I think Pep has really defined the way City is going to play for here on out. So we're not just going to get any manager to come in to like, you know, command this team. You know what I mean? They have to like buy into the philosophy. And I think everyone's been tipping Mikel Arteta to take over the squad eventually because he was Pep's understudy for like the longest time.
Yeah.
But like, what do you think about? Let me ask you that question. So like, we talked about the City Tottenham result. We didn't really talk about Arsenal in the muck and how Arsenal are total clowns. Arsenal fans are total clowns. But I mean, I think we just answered our own question that like we have one hand on the trophy at this point. But
Yes.
and Arsenal once again are going to be trophyless for another season. What does next season mean for Arsenal?
I think it I mean, I think this is it, dude. I think this is the best they can do. Honestly, like I I have no other words. This is the best they can do.
Yeah, I mean, I think just looking at the character of their squad, and I think if you're trying to build a attacking squad around Gabriel Jesus and other
Mhm.
people, like you're yeah, I mean that's not going to work out. I mean, like Gabriel Jesus is a great player, but I maintain that we had to get Raheem, we had to get rid of Raheem Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, and Zinchenko to
Mhm.
win the treble. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Zinchenko
Yes.
probably could have stayed and probably could have helped, but Gabriel Jesus, Raheem Sterling just were like, just they had poor finishing, hot and cold. You know what I mean? Especially Jesus. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that we offloaded him to Arsenal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I mean, they're gonna go into the summer window gunning for players too. Like I saw an Arsenal fan TV video about identifying transfer targets. Like someone, I forgot the guy's name, but he was saying that they need like a striker, another midfielder, and maybe or maybe striker midfielder. But I don't know, man. Just like, I mean, they're just the copy and paste version of Man City. And you saw that video of Mikel Arteta shouting at the players in the locker room, like kind of how Pep would. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Yeah.
you just almost look like you see Mikel Arteta on social media looking at a Pep post. You know what I mean? Or he watched a Treble documentary and it's like, I'm going to do that, and he like goes into the locker room and like tries to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, Bloated Danny Daniels says Michel Sanchez on the hot list. I am not familiar with Michel Sanchez, but we'll see. But but I mean, hopefully it's another 2 years. You know what I mean? But potentially it's one last year, one last hurrah for Pep, and because it's 10 years, and 10 years is typically the amount of time you'd want to stay at an organization for and complete your legacy and then move on to the next assignment. You know what I mean? And I think everyone's been tipping Pep to go to an international club, and a lot of England fans maybe have been chirping like Pep for the England
Jeez.
national team. You know what I mean? And like,
Imagine that.
yeah, you know what I mean? So it's just like, come on. I mean, like, I think, I mean, I mean, looking ahead to the Euros, because we might be talking about the Euros this summer as well. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if you follow the Euros, Will, but Gareth Southgate's been frustrating the shit out of me because of the way he plays Phil Foden and Jack Grealish. He favors players over those two. You know what I mean? Like this
Yeah.
summer you could see that he's gonna be favoring Kobe Mainu. What else? Mason Mount. You know, what's it, Saka, you know what I mean, and leaving Foden and Grealish on the bench or as substitutes, you know what I mean, even though these are like the best players in England, you know what I mean, and it's just sucks to see that because I remember I was posting back in the World Cup in 2022, just like watching the England USA game and just being frustrated that like why are you playing this lineup, this frustrating ass lineup? Get Grealish and Foden on and just like play pet ball. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just biased like that,
Yeah,
it's just like you gotta play the strengths. And if Phil Foden is the best player in England, but yeah, he doesn't get treated like it in the England squad. It's just kind of
true.
the England national team is severely remiss for that for sure. But yeah. So, anything else you saw, Will, from the socials that you want to address?
Yeah, that new San Diego team that's gonna come to the MLS, and they're saying that they're gonna start with Sergio Ramos and Kevin De Bruyne.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Damn.
and
Um,
after I've seen what happened with the Pink Boys up in Miami, I'm like, dude, any team can do that now. I mean, we have Yoris and Giroud now in LA,
yeah.
so you know what I mean. Now I kind of don't when they tell me certain players are coming over here from Europe, I'm like, hey, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't fucking doubt it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me started on the San Diego Wave because, or the not San Diego Wave, that's the women's team, the new San Diego team,
Yeah,
because it's kind of a sore subject. Because I know Will is a fan of the MLS, he's a fan of LAFC, and I'm
I'm a
partial to
fan of
LAFC.
LAFC. Yes.
Yeah, fan of LAFC. I'm partial to LAFC. If I were to ever go to an MLS game, I'd be going there. Um, so, but I'm a fan of the USL, which is like another professional league in the United States. I mean, you could think of it like a second division, but it's really not because the MLS many years ago decided to not really incorporate it into its structure. It kind of created its own development league in lieu of the USL because they thought that Orange County Soccer Club was going to be the developmental team for Los Angeles FC, but it didn't turn out that way. Uh, but the new San Diego team poached the USL team in San Diego to just create a entirely new franchise out of thin air. And the team was a San Diego Loyal, a very loyal fan base, but and great fans. And Landon Donovan was the manager of this team, and he was like Landon Donovan was one of the biggest proponents of the USL, but they decided to, instead of just like taking the Loyal and promoting them up to the MLS, they just decided to create a new team, and basically that like just killed off this team. And they were trying to find another venue to play in the area, but they just couldn't find another venue, so they folded really. So, and the Galaxy actually tried doing that to our team because they tried kicking us out of our stadium in Irvine, the Great Park, the championship stadium, because the MLS created the next pro league, and Galaxy 2 was a former USL team, but then they went to the next pro, and then they tried poaching our stadium. But then all of us as fans complained to the Irvine City Council, and they just cut the deal off. And and now we have like a 10-year lease on the stadium, so our team is there to stay because of the activism of our fans. But like I'm kind of personally jaded on the MLS, but now that you mentioned that if KDB actually does go to San Diego, because I do hear that KDB has a relative that lives in Orange County.
Oh shit.
They live in Seal Beach, which is it's like a seaside town between like Long Beach and Huntington Beach on the coast. It's a really nice town. But apparently, there's been sightings of him at a place. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, Will, but Death Touch.
Hmm.
It's
Never heard of it.
yeah, it's a place where like people go to train. It's an indoor facility where you can like train and like play games and stuff. But apparently, KDB would visit their relative in Orange County and go to Death Touch to like kind of get some like little training practice in. And people, I've been hearing like whispers like, "Oh, did you see KDB was at Death Touch the other day?" Blah blah blah. So, so
Whoa.
it's not completely out of yeah, I agree with you. It's not completely out of the question, but like I don't know. I think that says maybe. We'll see. But like
Hmm.
I don't that could be a plausible move because obviously San Diego is like the best place for weather. America has its benefits, you know what I mean? It's definitely different from Manchester, but I'm not sure. I think a lot of it's up to KDB's wife to see where he to see where he goes. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, because I think that's who's going to dictate his decision. But all this talk of him going to the Saudi league, I don't think is necessarily going to happen. So, as we've mentioned before on this podcast. So, anyhow, yeah. Anything else before we move on to West Ham?
That's about it,
And
brother.
okay, so let's get into it. It all comes down to this Championship Sunday. One more game to go. West Ham at home at the Etihad. Get the win. We get the title. A fourth consecutive Premier League title. A feat unparalleled, unrivaled, unmatched in the first division of English football. So, Will, set it up for us. What should we think about going into this game?
Oh man, I think this is the one where Pep Guardiola lets all the bench players play, but it's not that way because we need to win this. We need to win this just to make sure that we're over the hump.
Yeah,
So I would set it up. I would set it up the same. Nah, man, because that first half didn't convince me. So let's go with the way we started the second half. I'll go with Jeremy Doku. Give me Jeremy Doku. Give me Erling Haaland. Give me Bernardo Silva. Phil Foden, Kevin in the middle. Rodri in the back, and then give me Gavardio, Ruben Diaz, Akanji, and Kyle Walker. And then of course that boy Ortega Moreno.
for Sheezy, yeah, because Ederson is injured. I mean, it depends on how West Ham's going to play. You know what I mean? And my guess is that they're going to play some kind of terrorist ball, put 10 men in the box, and really try to stop City from scoring. There's two minds about this, really, because, like, West Ham and City are the same. And I'm sure if you saw that meme, Westchester City. Yeah, Westchester City, because,
Sounds like a
I mean,
mall.
West Ham, yeah, it sounds like the Westchester Mall, but like West Ham has had a poor form going into this game. It's David Moyes' last game.
Yeah.
Uh, like it's like kind of like mentality. It was what they're gonna try. I mean, they're gonna try to get a W to finish on a high for David Moyes. He's going to ride off into the sunset on a W. But I just don't think this West Ham squad has it in them to really get the result. And like I'm just trying to think if they're going to do some kind of 10 man in the box, try to prevent City from getting the result, or they're going to really go for it. You know what I mean? Because David Moyes is kind of more of a traditional style of play. You know what I mean? Total football,
Yeah.
sort of play where it's just like very compact and narrow and whatnot. But City typically play a different kind of game where they fullbacks push out wide. You know what I mean? Spread the team thin and then get the runs in behind. You know what I mean? So, so I think, I mean, either way I see this, I mean, there is a possibility that we, I'm not going to say it because I already said some bullshit in the beginning of the podcast that put some bad juju in there, but I'm not going to say that the D word when it comes to a result. You know what I mean? That if we don't get the win, we don't say it. Fill in the blank. If we lose or draw, we what?
If we lose or draw, that's it, dude. I don't even want to say it, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Don't say that D word. Don't say. I was just about to say it, but I'm not going to say it.
We have more to lose.
There's a possibility, you know what I mean, that it can happen, but in terms of probabilities, how much do you think is going to happen? I haven't even seen the probability on what do you call it? Because typically Google has probabilities of who wins, who gets the result. But let me just take a look right now. Let's see. Probability: West Ham has a 4% chance of winning. So
yeah.
I mean, it's not. I haven't seen the Vegas odds, but I would think that it's more or less wrapped up. You know what I mean? But it can happen. You know what I mean? So we got to keep that in mind. Not let us get super giddy like how Arsenal fans got, and then look at them now. They're going to be trophyless, titleless for another season. You know what I mean? So
can I give my prediction?
Yeah, go ahead.
12-0.
12-0. My prediction: 765 to 1.
I don't know, man. There's nothing else in my head other than fucking winning that game, dude. You know what I mean?
Holland has a brace times 50.
There you go. Everybody scores 20 goals each, bro.
20 goals each.
And every time there's a penalty, they let Ortega shoot it.
It's like penalty, 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 penalty. It's just like, you know what I mean? And
Even Pep scores.
Pep takes a penalty.
Imagine that. Hey, Pep, come on, get in here, man. Kick this shit.
You know what I mean? Everyone's
Yeah.
out to lunch. Everyone's just fucking like getting up out of their seat to go get something to eat. And it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, should we get another penalty? Oh man, I've already taken like 3 today. Come on, dude. You wanna, like,
Nobody wants to take penalties anymore.
yeah, it's like, no, dude, I'm not taking that shit. Fuck that.
I'm good, dude.
FA Cup man finally scores a goal because I made that prediction that Sergio
Oh
Gomez.
my god, dude, your prediction's still up in the air.
Yeah, for the last game of the season. But like, I think I'm with you. I think depending on how this game goes, like if we're up like 2 or 3-0 by like the 65th minute, I think definitely they're gonna bring on some subs. You know what I mean?
Right?
Like, and they're gonna bring on Sergio Gomez because I think it's probably gonna be his last hurrah in a City kit because I think he's probably gonna go to some fucking place like Galatasaray. You know what I mean? And in the summertime, and then he's going to score a goal, and then I'm going to have a viral tweet on Twitter because it was bookmarked. You know what I mean? Because I'm that fucking guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. You know, he's been begging the Sergio Gomez drum all season, and no one's been like, you know,
And you
everyone's like,
need inspiration to keep writing those storylines.
oh man, that shit just got lost in the weeds because, like, I mean, I was busy this spring. Not gonna lie. I mean,
Yeah.
I hate to divulge what I do for a living, but I'm a teacher, and
Yes, of course.
there was a lot of I was taking like 2 exams and stuff, and so like it just got lost. Like I did like 3 FA Cup man episodes, and then I stopped, and I just was like womp womp. So, but I did actually start a Sergio Gomez fan page, Sergio season, and SG21 season, so you guys can follow SG21SCN. I haven't posted in a while, but like I actually am thinking about doing a post here after when I can get around to it of an edit of Sergio
Are,
Gomez.
are you gonna follow him to his new team?
For real, for real. I gotta go all in on the Sergio Gomez train.
You follow him for the rest of his
I
career
I
because you
I
have
stopped
to.
I stopped doing this podcast to like, I was like, hey guys,
Oh
I'm
my,
sorry.
oh my
I'm
god!
sorry.
You make a movie.
About my love for Sergio Gomez, and then like, you know what I mean? I leave Hollywood Kippax like,
Oh
guys,
my god!
I'm a player fan like Ronaldo, but I go follow Sergio Gomez, and then like
I'm
imagine,
fucking dying, you fool! Oh my god, dude,
and
that's
then
hilarious.
like I get like I managed to like whip up the internet to get like all these Sergio Gomez fans to like do the same thing, and like Galatasaray has like an uptick in fans because of the Sergio Gomez bump and shit like Ronaldo, and
No, dude, he joins a new team and he joins that team that you helped fucking get to the championship from fucking manager.
Rochdale, yeah.
And your movie, he joins Rochdale.
Dude,
He's
dude,
like,
I haven't played Football
oh,
Manager in a while. Maybe this summer when I have a lot more downtime, maybe I'll
yeah.
crack open a save. I was actually want to do a Tottenham save because I was just seeing what if I can get Tottenham to a Premier League title. But
And rub it in fucking Cameron's face.
yeah, go to Carrot's face, and so
Oh man.
but yeah, I mean that we'll have to see. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, back to the West Ham match, right? So
Yes.
but realistically, bro, give us a realistic
Uh,
scoreline.
for this one, I would go. Man, nothing makes more sense to me than a 3-1, dude.
I think
And that's
4-0.
4-0. You
Yeah,
think they're gonna ball out?
they're gonna ball out. Yeah.
All right. Hey, everybody like usually people are like, "Come on, come on, West Ham," but I'm seeing a lot of people praising the fucking Mexican guy. Fuck, I forgot his name. And
Uh, what's
he's
it?
my own.
Chucky Lozano? Not Chucky Lozano.
No, no, the for West Ham, the midfielder.
Yeah, I know. But you know what you're talking about. Let me just do a search. West Ham.
Oh my God, how do I forget his name?
Edson Alvarez.
Edson Alvarez. There we go. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. Please don't take away my Mexican card. Please for not remembering. Nah, dude, that's crazy. Cause yeah, everybody's like, dude, he's gonna be the one to fuck it up for City, and I'm like, oh my God. I go, you're not even cheering your team. You're cheering on Edson Alvarez.
Danny Daniels. Thank you, Danny Daniels, for being in the chat. Calvin Phillips scores an own goal twice in the prediction.
Oh my god,
And then he
guys, come
and
on, man! I can't be laughing this whole episode, dude.
yeah, and then if Vardy and Tuchel had a son, Sergio Gomez would be the one.
That's funny. That's
Yeah,
funny.
good ones. That was some nice funnies, Danny Daniels. But yeah, I mean, I'm saying 4-0, and I'll get my score prediction. I'll get my scores. I think it's going to be a Foden brace, Haaland
Mm,
1 goal, and then it's going to be Gavardiol another goal.
I like that. I think we'll get a Bernardo goal, a Haaland goal, and one defender will score too.
Yeah. Well, no, fuck that. I'm last goal is Sergio Gomez. I got to hit my bet. So,
Oh yeah, and there you go.
yeah, I gotta hit
He's
my
trying,
bet.
he's trying to buy a Lambo.
I can't just forget about my bet. I got to double or nothing on that shit. If he scores a goal, I'm gonna go off, dude. I'm gonna like run out of the Fox and Hounds like screaming like ah.
if he sc- if he scores, you need to get a Hollywood Kippax Lamborghini. Cause damn, dude, the odds of that shit happening is fucking insane. But I hope it happens for you, brother.
Yeah. I'd be like, I would just fucking take my shirt off and run outside and just like run, you know what I mean? Just like,
Where's he
dude,
going? He's running back to write a storyline at his house.
I'm running to my laptop to do another FA Cup Man episode. But
Oh my god, dude, this is hilarious. Okay,
yeah. So
yeah,
but okay. So 4-0, and then you said 3-1 Hollywood Kickback safe
three
bet
one.
trademark.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So anything else, Will, that we gotta say about this West Ham match before we get going?
Just the rumors, the exciting rumors of next season's signings. That rumor of Kimmich is coming back, and the rumor of Frimpong, and all these guys that we're looking at. I'm like, okay, the rumors are nice to see that we might have a sick ass team next season.
Yeah,
And
still have
I
a sick
mean,
ass team next season. I mean,
yeah.
I think Frimpong is a successor to Walker, and obviously he was a City product. He's just bringing him back,
Hmm.
and I mean, having those two wingers on both wings will just make our wings so lethal.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And like, I mean, I think definitely we need to find uh, a um a player that can rotate in and out with Rodri, and Kimmich is that person. If Kimmich is willing to just kind of sacrifice being the number one defensive midfielder and like kind of rotate, kind of like, I mean, like honestly, I think we should pay as much money to keep Stefan Ortega. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I think the way to look at it is like we can keep rotating both of those players, right? Like Ederson and Ortega, and because Ortega, in my opinion, I think is making a case for just being just as good as Ederson, but Ederson is hungry and he's been the City goalkeeper for years now. But like I think we'd be severely remiss if we were to let go of Ortega. But it's looking very likely that we could leave him. We could leave in the summer, but I think we should pay him what he wants. And but like definitely Frimpong sub for Rodri, and then pay Ortega what he wants, and then I mean, like also like you hear the talk of like Musiala and
Oh yeah, that's right.
so like it seems like there's going to be a lot of back and forth dealings with Bayern and us. You know what I mean? Like because I think Kyle Walker's probably going to end up going to Bayern because he was tipped to go to Bayern at the end of last season, but Pep convinced him to stay for another year. But I think he it's inevitable that because uh, Bayern has a few English players now. They have Eric Dyer and
Harry
Kane
Kane.
and Scott, yeah, and Walker is that if they're gonna lose Frimpong, not Frimpong because he's not supposed to play for that, but Walker was tipped to go there, but we'll see, You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, we'll be talking more about transfers in the summertime and hypotheticals and whatnot, and transfer targets and parsing out the fake news from the real news. You know what I mean? Like as the summer comes along. But I just want to give an update for everyone about our social media. So once again, you can follow us at Hollywood Kippax, Kippax, across all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Our monthly kit giveaway is on for the new 24-25 kit. Subbing to us on YouTube will enter you in the competition. Good luck. We're on the road to 1K, so a sub is greatly appreciated. And we appreciate our support from our fans all season. You know what I mean? Danny Daniels has been in the chat. he's been, dropping some funnies, and so we appreciate you. And yeah, we're nearing 2,000 followers on Instagram. You know what I mean? And we have at the moment 345 subscribers on YouTube. So we've been
Awesome.
making progress. I remember when we were at like 36 subscribers or 32 subscribers. You know what I mean?
Awesome, man.
So
Thank you guys.
yeah. So we appreciate all the support and the love that you guys been showing us Americans who are plastics, quote unquote. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sorry guys. You know what I mean? But anyhow, we're looking forward to just keeping this going through the summertime and then next season. And then also we're going to be going on Snobby Pod, our good friends from Snobby Pod, the East Coast Manchester City podcast.
That's right.
Colby and Joe going back on their podcast to do a end of the season wrap up at their place. We're 4:15 Pacific Standard Time, 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. Go give them a follow. Go buy their merch, etc. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So there's a lot of things going on. A lot of things looking forward to in the summer, and we'll see you guys in the coming year. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But we still got to win Sunday, and we still got to get that fourth title. You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
we got to wrap up. So this is a podcast, a Man City podcast your girlfriend tells you to not worry about. And this is a podcast that supports the best team in the land.
The best team in the world. Come on, City.
Come
You
on,
know.
City. Come on,
City.
Get the badge in.
City.
Get the badge in. Get the badge in. All right. Cheers, guys. See you Sunday. See you this summer. Cheers. Come on, City.
See you next week.